guys, Scott with BWSR Bushcraft. What is today? 10/20/2020. Okay, so I got a little bit of time. Work on getting this stump out. I just dug more and sawzalled that root out of there. So there's a little bit of flex in this, okay? Now, you're going to see that I have a rope on here. And I just know that somebody out there is going to go, oh boy, he is asking for trouble if he's going to think he's going to pull that thing out with a rope. And you're right. So, just so you're aware, what I'm doing with a rope, I'm going to put it a little bit, I'm just going to pull just to put tension on it to run the pickaxe around it a little bit more. Here's kind of a heads up, okay? A lot of folks know that. Some may disagree, okay? But here's the deal. Don't ever try to pull out a stump with a rope or a cable. Only use a chain. The reason is, if you use this rope and you're pulling and pulling and pulling, whether you use, your pickup truck, car, or whatever, tractor, I don't care. That rope and or that cable is going to stretch. When this thing gives way, it is going to come up out of that hole, and due to the stretchiness of the rope or the cable, more than likely that thing's going to come slinging out of there like it's on a rubber band and either go through your back window or take your head off. Only use a chain. Because if you're pulling out with a chain, and I'm talking, again, I'm just going to put tension on this, just enough to, because I already know, see, I mean, it's loose in there. I think I got the last root. I just want to dig, but I need some tension to come forward. I'm comfortable with using the rope or the cable, because I'm not trying to pull it out. I'm just putting tension on it, just enough to kind of bend it. But when you use a chain, it's going to tighten that chain, but when that stump comes out, that chain's going to break. Not the chain itself's going to break, but the tension in the chain will break, and the chain will just drop, and the stump will just flop. So, at any rate, I'm sure there's videos out there that show it going through a back window or knocking somebody's head off, but don't get in a hurry, guys. I mean, being out here in the middle of nowhere, you guys have seen all my bushcraft videos, one thing at a time. We got to be careful we don't, get in a hurry. I'm guilty of it, as anybody else. It's usually when you're tired, you're hungry, and you got to train yourself not to do that. There's always tomorrow. And if tomorrow don't come, who gives a rip? The stump, it's going to be there longer than you anyway. So anyway, I'll put a little tension on it, dig it out, see if we can, and dig around it, see if we can get this thing out of here tonight. I'll be right back. All right, so let's see. You can see how I got tension on it now. It's pulling it this way, but what I've discovered, can't really see it maybe. There's another root right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tension, slacken the tension on the rope, sawzall out that root, because I don't want to do it while there's tension on here, because I don't want that root being what's holding it and have that thing jump in my face. So I'm going to cut that, or I'm going to slacken up the line, cut that root, and then we'll put some more tension. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I cut just that little tiny root. Look how much space it gave me here. So I got tension, so I'm going to cut it out. Be right back. All right, guys. Well, here we have it. It is up and out. You can see all the cuts I made on it. This right here was just hanging up a little bit. I had to cut here, cut some of these little things. And I just kept wiggling it around. I did it in multiple directions, Pulled it over here, pulled it over there so I could bend it around, and it came out. What I'm going to do now is put about 4 pounds of this ice cream Aka rock salt in here. Nothing's ever gonna, just in case I root or whatever. I mean, check this out. This thing, I had already cut all this stuff off, and this is what was left. And these things were still starting to grow out of here. So hopefully that rock salt there will, and I'll just throw dirt back on it and, just let it leach down in that hole. There's not going to be a garden or nothing here, so I'm not worried about it. It's deep enough down there, 2.5 feet, probably farther than that, to where I can plant, once I backfill it, till it up about 6 inches and plant grass. That's going to leach down, not up, so my grass will grow. Roots like these and like that one, probably that one too, maybe that one, but definitely all these ones that are on the surface, especially on that one, and that one over there. I'm just going to take the mattocks and just, scrape back, trench back, and then pull them out. But, yeah, so, wow, look at that. Look at all the stuff I had to cut. Look at this thing. Good gods. So this has been like a month-long project. So if you guys remember, the last video I did on this silly thing, it was sitting here with the drain, right? And I had that thought, if it rained, it'd sure help. Well, it did, because I still had to dig just tonight, probably right about here. So that another good 8-9 inches dug it all out. So that water just sat in there. It's been about a week since it rained, so what a job, what a chore. Look at all this dirt. Whew, hand dug, but that's okay, It's just real close to the house. There's no way that I could see that you'd ever get a tractor in here and pull it out. They built the foundation just right on top of it. That might have been why they did the foundation. They didn't pull it up. I guess I could have pulled it up beforehand, but that might have cost money. Don't need money tacked onto the house. I'll dig it out myself. So, at any rate, just recapping, guys. Did it with a rope. All I did was using it just to put tension on it, to pull it back and forth. I would have preferred to have a cable. Don't have a cable. Bushcrafting is, really all about using what you have, doing it consciously, methodically, safely. But if you're ever just going to just pull one out, use a chain. So a little slower going this way, but it's done. So at any rate, guys, thanks for joining me on this short little adventure. Until next time, pack light, pack tight, stay hydrated.